Hello, good morning. It is 10 o'clock, homesteading Northwest Florida, and it is 84 degrees, this thermometer says, and it is Sunday, March, what is it? I don't know what date it is, but things are starting to warm up here. That's a black-eyed Susan. Here's my bamboo. It was a rough winter for everything. And my banana tree, I'm going to try to hold this camera steady. I think the center bamboo banana tree, is done, but the pups are starting to come out. And the pups survive. And so, yeah, here, and I'm doing this wood of the tree that fell down during Hurricane Zeta. Now this is a sweet gum tree. This is my progress on this so far. Today I'm gonna try to get all these branches that have any leaves on them. They're gonna be off of my lawn so I can cut my grass here because it's starting to get long. So I have my cutting stuff out and my ratcheting loppers and a big pile of branches. But I did manage to get the branches off of the front area that's owned by the county so they can cut the grass here. And I started to cut my grass a little bit for little grass seedlings here. I don't know if you can see that. But there's the big massive tree I still got to cut up. But let's get going here. Now this is the front boxwood tree that I had to cut down to get that panel up on by the roof. I got all kinds of biochar in here to prevent weeds. It's kind of working. And I'm making my, fire or my burn barrel. And this is the area I had in the middle of my parking lot that had all kinds of. When I first moved here, I didn't know what to do with all the brush, all the wood scraps that were inside the building, so I had a pile here that was all weeds. Well, now I planted these 4 green giant arborvitae, because underneath the pile of all the junk, the soil got more fertile. It got all these wood, chips in it and everything like that, so the soil in this spot is decent, but it used to be a pile of weeds and brush, and there was a mimosa tree growing in here and all kinds of, so a small mimosa tree, but boy, those invasive mimosa silk trees will take advantage of anywhere good to grow. And I'm still digging up the wild black raspberries, but I did find something out about the wild black raspberries, that they only fruit on second year cane. So, and here's another area I was planting that had poor soil that I dug out of the other hole. And I need to plant this copper top viburnum into the ground. It would get a lot more moisture that way. Camellias are almost done. There's my one camellia. And I got I got azaleas blooming, kind of. They're always don't do super good. They've been here for like 3 years. So we'll see what happens. They take forever to get big. I want them huge. And here's going to be my dahlia bed. I dug this all out along the edge, the weeds. And here's my other banana tree where the pups are starting to come out, and I cut this one down further, but I think I need to cut it completely off because it's never going to live. But there's 3 pups coming out of there, which I think I am going to plant. Here's some other trees I got, and these little seedlings are from cherry pits that I stratified in my refrigerator, and they actually started growing in my refrigerator in the jar I had them in over the winter. But then when it got to spring, they started growing in my refrigerator with leaves, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. But here's a palm tree. We got a rose bush that I did trim. Another gladiolas are starting to come up. Here's another palm tree, and this whole new back area that I cleared of all the vines. I already got garbage back here. I got my new dog house that I made. There's Leroy. And I already have a table back here that I'm going to use for potting up seedlings. And I just cleared underneath this area, but I just cut up yesterday and burned more my chokecherry tree that was back here. That was just like a vine hanger. And the vines are like, 3 inches thick until you cut them up and rake them. Like this is, 3 inches worth of all stuff that's got to get burned. But that tree was like a vine hanger. So I got some biochar here that I hosed down after it stopped burning and turned into like this stuff. This is the biochar. And the pH is acid here, so this levels out the pH. And I guess that's about it. Still composting. That's where my compost piles are. And oh, this is my Moso bamboo. Now this is the largest bamboo, and it's putting up new shoots, and I did want this to get morning sun back here. And this bamboo could get to be like 60 foot high, in like 8 years or something like that. But these vines were starting that were hanging on the chokecherry tree were starting to sprout up. And I don't want that. No more chokecherry trees, actually, and no more vines back here. So this is a pretty large area. The doghouse has wheels on it, so it can be moved if you want to bring an RV. And that whole area is going to get chopped out. That's behind that doghouse. So we're making some progress here, but it's a lot of work. Anybody who wants to come down and do some gardening, bring your RV. Help me out here a little bit. But here's my composting, and you can add some wood ashes to your compost piles. And right now we have the Carolina jessamine or Carolina jasmine blooming. And it's a vine. It's a red color. The vine is red. It's like growing very strong wire. And I actually have violets that grow here. African violets grow right in the ground. So that's what that is. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Take it easy.